Okay, JabberTalkers, thanks for tuning in. So this Sunday, March 2nd, 2014, we will be celebrating the 86th Academy Awards. 2013 was a huge year for film, so much so that some of the best films of the year were pouring out when wide release in 2014 in January. It's going to be a close race for some of these awards, but some of them I think are pretty clear-cut. So it's time to put down some predictions, which are naturally going to be spot on, as to who I think will win the awards. First off, we're going to start off with the Best Actor in a Leading Role. We've got Bruce Dern for Nebraska, Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street, Christian Bale, American Hustle, Chiwetel Ejiofor, 12 Years a Slave, and Matthew McConaughey celebrating The Reconnaissance for Dallas Buyers Club. Now, I'm going to start off with who I want to win, who my favorite is, and then who I actually think will win. In this case, Chiwetel Ejiofor, the most underrated actor in Hollywood today. He brings class, intellect, professionalism to every role he's in, but I don't think he's going to win. I want him to win, but I think that the Oscars are going to award a man that came out of left field. No one saw this guy coming, and he's absolutely stole every film he was in this year. He's proven himself as a great actor. That's Matthew McConaughey. Mud, True Detective, Dallas Buyers Club, and the amazing cameo in The Wolf of Wall Street, which stole the show. This guy, I believe, will be awarded for his whole body of work this year. Next up, we have Best Actress in a Leading Role. Now we got Amy Adams, American Hustle, Cate Blanchett, Blue Jasmine. We've got Judi Dench, Philomena, Sandra Bullock, Gravity, and Meryl Streep, August Osage County. My favorite, by far, Cate Blanchett, blew me away. It didn't look like acting. It's like she was really this person. I thought I was watching, it could have almost been a documentary. She felt so real. And I also think she's going to win. She just blew everybody else away, it seems. And no one's come close to topping her. Cate Blanchett is going to win the Oscar for Best Actress. Next up, we got Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Bradley Cooper, American Hustle, Jonah Hill, The Wolf of Wall Street, Barkad Abdi, Captain Phillips. We have Michael Fassbender, 12 Years a Slave, and then Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club. Now my favorite to win, Jared Leto by far. The guy doesn't act very often. He's successful as a rock star, but when he pops up on stage, he blows everybody away. And this was his best performance ever. His role as a transgender individual in Dallas Buyers Club is not only the pop culture favorite right now, but it's just phenomenal. I think he's my favorite to win, and honestly, he's gonna win. It's no contest. Next up, we have Best Actress in a Supporting Role. We have June Squibb, Nebraska, Sally Hawkins for Blue Jasmine, Jennifer Lawrence, American Hustle, Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave, and then Julia Roberts for August Osage County. Now my favorite to win is Lupita Nyong'o. Her performance was heartbreaking. It was a really amazing performance, and I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before. I don't know if she's a first timer, but she stole the show. And honestly, I think she's the critical favorite too. I believe it's between her and June Squibb is what I've been hearing. But I think Lupita is going to take the gold. Okay, so now we're getting to the smaller films. I'm not going to name off all the nominees, just the ones that I think are in serious competition for the awards until I get to Best Director and Best Picture. For example, Best Animated Feature Film, we've got The Croods on there. It's not going to win. But we do have The Wind Rises and Frozen. Both, I hear, amazing films. I've seen Frozen. I haven't seen The Wind Rises. I know I want to so bad. It's Miyazaki's last. But I honestly believe that Frozen is a worthy contender for the Oscar. It's a pop culture phenomenon. It's taking YouTube by storm as far as parodies are concerned. Everything from ice skating to Weatherman singing it. And then we've got a critical darling as well. I think Frozen is actually going to win. I believe it's going to win. It's an amazing film. Okay, so now we have Best Cinematography. Every one of the nominees brought something unique to film that nobody else had done this year. But my favorite is by far the Grandmaster, Wong Kar-wai's latest film based around Ip Man. Every scene felt like it was handcrafted to perfection by the director and the cinematographer. It's one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen on the big screen. Every scene looks like he put so much attention to it, which is probably why it took him like half a decade to film the movie. I think that should win, but I think Gravity will win because it's the Academy Golden Child this year. And I think it deserves the Oscar as much as anyone. It's a great film. Okay, another one of the ones I want to talk about is Best Documentary Feature. We had some great documentaries this year. I know everybody loves Blackfish, but it wasn't nominated, so sorry guys, get over it. One film that was nominated and I think is going to take this award by storm, and it's my favorite, is The Act of Killing. This is one of the most important films I have ever seen, and you will ever see if you go watch it. Look into it, check it out, watch the film, and watch it again. There's so much to learn from it, so much to see. It's both horrifying and mesmerizing. Like I said, one of the most important films I've ever seen. It's going to win the award, hands down. Best Original Score, Gravity. Stephen Price, this is a guy to watch. He hasn't done a whole lot. He did The World's End, and he did Gravity. And Gravity, that was an intense score. Also, Academy darling, it's going to win. I also liked Her, though, but my favorite Gravity winner, it's going to be Gravity. And also, let's get into Best Foreign Language Film. Now, if you haven't seen Broken Circle Breakdown, check that film out. It is a Belgian bluegrass. I didn't know that was a thing, but when I watched it, I was glued to that screen. It was amazing. And I never thought I'd say it, but I didn't think country music was popular anywhere else. I guess I was wrong, and I enjoyed it. So, Broken Circle Breakdown, my favorite to win, and I think it's going to steal the show. Okay, Best Original Song, do I really need to tell you? If you've seen who the nominees are, we all know who's going to win this. Let's just let it go. Okay, so now we're getting to some of my favorites, Best Adapted and Best Original Screenplay. Best Adapted Screenplay, my favorite, and who's going to win? 12 Years a Slave. I can't believe nobody adapted this Saul Northrup's journal prior to this. It's an amazing story. I'm so glad it was adapted. I'm glad it's out there for people to see. Great screenplay. Also, original screenplay, Her. Never seen anything like this in my life. Her was a phenomenal story, and it feels like the evolution of romance in our modern era. It was a great screenplay. Spike Jonze did an awesome job with that film. That's going to win Best Original Screenplay, in my opinion, and it's my favorite. Best Visual Effects. It pains me to say this because I love Tolkien and I love The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. It's a great film. Smaug is quite the visual effects achievement. But Gravity, the whole film, is a crowning achievement for visual effects. Gravity is my favorite to win, and it's gonna win, hands down. Okay, so now we're getting down to the biggest two awards of the night. We've got Best Director, Alexander Payne for Nebraska. We've got Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave, David O. Russell for American Hustle, Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, and Martin Scorsese for The Wolf of Wall Street. I know, David Russell, American Hustle, a nice rhyme to it. I think that my favorite of the year, and the one I think is going to steal the Best Director, is Alfonso Cuarón. I don't know how he did some of the stuff he did in that film. He invented new things to make this film. He's been working on it for like 5 years. He's an amazing director. I love Children of Men, and he's finally getting the credit he deserves. Alfonso Cuarón, by far, is going to win this award. And now, Best Picture. Now we got 9 of them. We got American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Nebraska, Her, The Wolf of Wall Street, Gravity, 12 Years a Slave. Oh, there's one more. There's one more. Philomena for Best Picture. I got them all. Okay, so personally I loved Her, amazing film. 12 Years a Slave, a powerful film, but I believe that this year it isn't going to be the social commentary or the period piece or the film about film, which is usually what wins. I am putting my money on the risky one, but this is my favorite to win. It's one of my, I think it might be one of my top 10 favorite films. I mean, it blew me away. I have to think about it a little more. But I believe Gravity is my favorite. It should win the award, and I actually think, for the first time ever, a science fiction film is going to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. And if it doesn't, 12 Years a Slave. Okay, Jabber Talkers, thanks for tuning in. Those are my predictions for Oscars 2014. This coming Sunday, make sure to tune in. Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm right or wrong. If there's some awards I didn't cover that you wanted to cover, let me know who you think will win. And we'll see you on Sunday when I'm right. This is JabberTalky, out.